Let's take a look at QQQY, TSLY, and a little clip today on the board. Let's see what's going on with these stocks and what is happening in the overall broader market. This is Mike, tactical stock scalper. All right. So the Qs are holding on by a thread to this 350 level that we see here. Is it actually forming a lower low? And will we have a lower high here in the future? Sure is looking like that. But I do want to show you something about QY and the Qs. So if you look at the percentage down on the Qs today, we are down 2.45%. Let's look at QY. QY, we're only down 1.88%. And I have noticed this with QY versus the Qs that when it goes down, it doesn't go down quite as hard as the Qs. Now we need some up days, hopefully soon, and then we can see how it performs on the way back up. But for right now, QQQY, even though we're in this downtrend, is actually performing rather well and better than the Qs. And don't forget, you get a dividend for holding it. So that is extremely fascinating to me. Can't wait to see what it does on the way back up. But back to the Qs for just a minute. This 350 support is extremely important. We break that, and we're headed down to 345, down to the 200 period moving average on the daily time frame. Let's look at the Qs on the weekly. If you do like my content, I would honestly, guys, appreciate a sub and maybe even a little thumbs up on a video. Just a small-time creator. So if you like my content, I would appreciate that very much. Okay, so as you see, the 50-period moving average is around 340 on the weekly. Looks like it's about 341, 342. So we're probably going to hit one of these levels, either this level or the 200-period moving average on the daily that we just saw a minute ago. And that looks like where it's headed. Let's look at the overall broader market before we get into TSLY and KLIP. So when we go to SPY, this is concerning because we broke and closed below the 420 level. Like we talked about the other day, if we broke this level, we're probably looking to go to close to this 410 level here. Let's look at the daily chart on SPY. So we broke below that. It looks like any kind of meaningful support and resistance. Here's this 410 level, if you can follow me across with it, is a lot of mess around this 410 level. That definitely looks like the next line of support that we're headed to. That's quite a bit down there, so it is possible this is just a lower low, as you see here forming, and we go back up and try to touch this 200-period moving average on a daily, which is that purple line, and maybe touch that to form a lower high. So right now we're just in a system of lower highs and lower lows and letting the market do its thing. Now, am I freaking out? Not at all. And I want to show you something just real quick here before we move on with these other stocks. This is a monthly chart. I've been in so many of these pullbacks and corrections. This does not faze me because I know the market will go back up. It's just a matter of time and trying to DCA at appropriate levels as opposed to just buying because an ETF or stock is down. Let's go look at TSLY. Actually, before we look at TSLY, let's look at TSLY. Let's look at its underlying. We're going to go to TSLY on a daily time frame. We called for this bounce off this 200 to 210 level a few days ago from TSLY. We got this bounce. However, it was feeble and short-lived. We did not know what this bounce is going to be like. We were hoping it would at least go up to the 200-period moving average on the daily and test that. That is not appeared to be the case. So we're just going to have to watch TSLY. It still hasn't broken critical support. So as you see, this red line is what I would call basically critical support and the 200 level. So as long as we're above 200, we're probably good on Tesla, and that is why I averaged down on TSLY. Let's go look at TSLY. So as we look at TSLY on the 1 year, 1 day time frame, I averaged at 1150 on TSLY. We still haven't gotten below that yet since I averaged, but who knows if we will or not. We did get that short-term bounce off 1150. It got as high as $12 and then promptly sold off again because Tesla sold off. So we will have to see what happens here. But for now, I'm very happy averaging down at 1150 because I could have averaged down at 13. I could have averaged down at 1250. Could average down at 12. I waited, was patient, waited for 1150 to average in. And if it goes lower, I will look for next support and resistance levels on Tesla before I average down again. Let's look at this old clip here. Now, I must admit, I've been waffling on KLIP, okay? I don't like the way KLIP looks. I mean, I don't know who can. But I went back, okay, and added up my dividends in addition to share price loss, and I am actually ahead on KLIP. So no matter how much I hate this chart and how just ridiculous and horrible it looks, I am still above on KLIP with dividends. So yeah, as much as I'm not liking KLIP in the way it's looking, I'm still above. So what can you say about that? Let's look at KLIP on a weekly and see if we can find anything that's good here. So when we look at KLIP on the weekly, we saw this double bottom here. I don't know if right there, that's where I was expecting a bounce. We did get that bounce. However, it's quickly sold off and has fallen since. And now we have to see how this week finishes, but we could have another double bottom. I am not going to average in here. You fooled me with a couple double bottoms already that have never panned out. So we're just going to wait on KLIP, and I'm going to check out its ETF and see if there's a good spot to average down using its underlying. But for now, I'm just going to chill on KLIP. The dividends have paid me more than my actual loss on the stock. So what do you know about that? That's pretty cool. That's all I got for today. Hope you enjoyed the content. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper, out.